Hello, welcome to Gen Z Finance. I'm an older Gen Z on the cusp of being a young millennial, documenting my financial journey here on YouTube and over on my Instagram at Zennial Finance. So please make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and go follow me over there for more personal finance content. It is time to review my October 2021 net worth update. All of the numbers and balances you will see in this video are as of the last day of the month, so October 31st of 2021. That is the way I've just always handled my net worth and reporting. So let's jump into it. So first up, we've got all of the cash that I have on hand. At the end of September, this was at $28,615. And at the end of October, this was $28,490. So there was a decrease of about $123 of cash. However, also in October, I opened up a Treasury Direct account and started purchasing some I-bonds. I have not really gotten too much into bonds before. I had some bond index funds in my portfolio for a couple of months, and then I decided to just kind of phase them out because of my age and my risk tolerance. I could go all in on stocks, but with inflation the way it is, I wanted to get in on this and try to start understanding it more. So I contributed $200 into the Treasury Direct I-bonds account. Next, starting to get into my invested assets. First up, we've got my 401k, and then up at the top there, you will see the breakdown of my portfolio and the ticker symbols and index funds that I own in each account if you're interested. So last month, this ended at $27,472, and in October, we were at $30,846. So I contributed $1,568.80, but in total, the account grew by $3,374. That means that the market gain and loss for this month was actually $1,805. In the bottom left-hand corner, you can see last month's market gain and loss. In September was a rough month for the market, but in October, we more than made up for that. Next up, we have my HSA, the invested portion, because I do have to keep about $1,000 of my HSA in cash in order to invest the rest. That's just a rule with my HSA provider. For October, this was $6,303. I contributed $258.34 this month, and in total, my account grew by just about $500, which means that the market gain for the month was $241.48. Now, I should have, clarified this at the beginning, but this is all unrealized market gain, and in the case of last month in my HSA, that was an unrealized loss. Next, we've got my Roth IRA. This is very simple. It's invested totally in the VTSAX, the Vanguard Total US Stock Market Index Fund. In September, this was at $14,464. I contributed $0 in October, and so this account grew to $15,270.84, and $806 of that was the market gain since I didn't contribute anything to it. Now for my FICA alternate plan, this is a 401a. It is a pre-tax retirement plan that I had with a former employer. I stopped working for that employer in around July. I just have yet to roll this over into my 401k. I know I need to, I'm just being lazy with it. So right now we're tracking the value separately. And in October, it was at $405. Obviously, I contributed nothing to it because I am not working for this company anymore. So this month's market gain was $26.52. My last invested asset account is my taxable brokerage. I have this at Vanguard, and at the end of September, it was $6,838. I contributed $550 to it in October, and so it ended the month with $7,743.05. This was a change overall of $904, which means that $354 of the increase in the account balance came from the market. Again, this more than made up for what was lost last month. Okay, so now for my total assets. So the total value of my cash, so that is all of the cash that I actually have, and then the amount that is in the Treasury Direct I-bonds account is $28,690. And the net increase for my cash accounts in October was $76.44. For my invested assets are now at $60,570. I contributed $2,377 this month, and overall my invested assets grew by over $5,500, or a 10.21% increase from last month, which is insane. Back in October, I released a 2021 Q3 goal update video, and in that goal update, I said one of my goals for Q4 was to get my invested assets, I think, to $60,000 or $65,000. So I've hit the $60,000 mark, and so I guess we're gonna just see if I can get this to $65,000. Obviously, October was a really good month, and I'm not expecting to see my invested assets increase by $5,600 every single month, at least not yet with how much I can contribute. But I think we can get to $65,000 by the end of 2021. So in total, my assets are now $89,259.71. In total, they grew by $5,687.51, and this month's market gain or loss was $3,233.93. And last month in September, I saw a loss of $2,119. So again, the market gains that I saw in October made up for the market losses that I saw in September. So I'm still coming up ahead. So it's almost like what happened in September didn't really happen. At least that's how I'm going to consider it. Okay, so here's the breakdown of my assets by account in this nifty little pie chart. You can see that my cash on hand makes up just about 32%, and then the other 68% is my invested assets in their varying amounts. My biggest investment account is my 401k. I think that is pretty common for most people because that's just like the tax advantage account that you can put the most amount of money in. So that is just at about 34.5% of all of my assets, followed by my Roth IRA, then my taxable brokerage account, then my HSA, and then that small pre-tax retirement account from my old part-time job. So now for my net worth, we already talked about my assets. My debts in September, I had about $511.94 as balances on my credit cards, and I'm ending October with $308.34 on them. So my debts decreased by about $203.60. So that means my net worth is $88,951.37. So close. Well, first of all, I feel like it's so close to $89,000. And then of course, $89,000 is so close to $90,000. So I just feel like I'm so close to a $90,000 net worth. And in fact, if you follow me on my Instagram, I am filming this video a couple days into November, like the end of the first week of November. And I just got my first paycheck of the month of November, and I actually did hit a really fun, cool milestone with that latest check. Now, obviously, throughout the rest of the month, that could fluctuate, that could go up or down or whatever, and that's why I film these at the end of the month, because for me, my net worth is never official until it is the end of the month. So whatever my net worth is, whatever my account balances or investment accounts are worth at that last day of the month, that is what I say my net worth is for the month. So I'm so close to being there for October, and I'm currently there in November, but will I be able to maintain that? Will the market continue to do well? Who the heck knows? Not me. I'm not Alice Cullen, I cannot see into the future. Okay, so then I wanted to contextualize October within the rest of 2021. So here you can see I ordered the months based on how much of a market gain or loss I saw for that month, with the best months at the top and the worst months at the bottom. So you can see October is officially my best month so far based on market gains. It more than doubled what I saw in April, which is insane. So that's really fun. I don't know if I'll get a better month than October. October might be the winner for 2021. Let me know down below what you think, if I will be able to beat October for the rest of the year. November and December, I'm not sure if I can. And then when I look at my entire net worth change for the month, October is the third best month. So April is still the best month when it comes to how much my net worth increased in total, by over $6,400. And honestly, I'm not sure how. I'll need to go back and look at that, because that is a really big net worth increase, especially considering that the market gain I saw was only $1,500. So I'm wondering if I got some extra money that month that I'm just not remembering off the top of my head. I feel like we got the first and second stimulus by then, but maybe that was the second stimulus check that helped. But anyway, October was the third best month when it came to how much my net worth increased for the month. And it almost beat out July. It almost could have been the second best month. Okay, so here's my net worth change across time. So in 2021, my starting net worth was $42,871. So that means that my net worth has increased by over $46,000 so far in 2021, which is a 107% increase. So this is crazy. I definitely was not expecting to hit 100% increase in my net worth this year. And I feel like this is going to be one of the last years, probably the last year, that I will see my net worth increase by over 100%. And that's just because as your net worth increases and the balances and the numbers get larger, it's a lot harder to, for instance, double $88,000 in 1 year than it is to double $40,000. I think doubling $40,000 in a year is incredible. That's really hard. I was not expecting to do that this year. But then now try doubling $90,000 in a year. It's hard. It's harder to do the bigger the numbers are. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing because my numbers are increasing, and obviously that means my net worth is bigger. But I don't think I will be able to keep up 100% growth in a year. That's for sure. So my cumulative change, I began tracking my net worth in February of 2019. At that point, it was negative $28,200, which means my total net worth increase has been $117,000 or 415%, which at that point, when percentages get that high, I'm I don't really understand what that means. It becomes a kind of useless number for me, I feel like. But $117,000 is insane. It's just, I don't really, I see the number and I know that these numbers are correct, but it doesn't really settle in my mind as a real number. So hopefully, as I continue on my journey and stuff, like these numbers will like really hit home for me, because right now it just feels like not real. Here is my net worth across time, just charted in YNAB. I do use YNAB to also track my net worth, not just like what I put into my spreadsheet. I just try to make sure that like what is reflected in YNAB also matches what is reflected in my spreadsheet, and like vice versa. So it's a really good way for me to like double check that I'm entering in all the numbers correctly, everything like that. But you can see that change in net worth and that nice beautiful graph. Look how tall my blue asset bars are now. Like I used to think those red debt bars, like all the way to the left, were so tall at the time. And they were $28,000, like that's a lot. But now contextualizing it and seeing like how small they appear when you're looking at how large and how tall my blue asset bars are now, it's like, oh my gosh, just fun to see. This helps me visualize it a lot more than just like that number of 117,000. So there are a couple of accounts that I have, a couple of accounts that I own, that's money in them, that I don't count in my net worth for a couple of various reasons. But I still like to track their value so that if I ever do decide to retroactively or from like there on forward start tracking them in my net worth, I can easily do that. Those two accounts are my crypto Coinbase account and then my business checking account. So in Coinbase, I ended September at $325.80. I put in $50 into Coinbase in October, and I ended the month at $524.34. So this increased by just about $200, which means I saw about $150 of gain just from like the crypto market recovering from September. And then for my business checking account, I had just about $695 in there last month, and now I'm at about $840, which means my the net activity in my business checking account for the month of October was $146. All right, so that is going to be it for this video. Like I said, if you're interested in checking out my net worth tracker where I got all of these numbers and where I track all of this, please check out the description box down below for more details. As always, I hope y'all are staying safe and healthy in the